Alrighty, so this is by request, kind of, from Jess in Triple D. Yo, let's talk about nailing it. Let's talk about 70 times 7. Let's talk about being screwed. Let's talk about... are you ready? Let's have some easy wins today. Let's have them every day. I'm a big fan of nailing things. You know, before I got out of bed today, I woke up, it was about 3:57, oddly enough. And besides thinking of bang, right, my first handgun was a 357 when I was a police officer. I was a cop in the old days before there were Glocks and semi-autos, plastic guns. I carried steel. It was heavy, man. But when you pulled the trigger, you know if you nailed something. I used to do a lot of target shooting. Eventually I got into golf, but that wasn't for like 20 years later. But you could tell when you nail a shot. You can feel it. And here's what I want you to do. I want you, if you really want to do some homework today, I want you to go get a hammer and a couple nails and a piece of wood. And I want you to experience what it's like to nail a nail. I want you to notice the difference between nailing and not nailing a nail with a hammer in wood. I know it's physical. I'm not talking to you about using this as a manifesting method. I'm talking about using this for feedback. You see, there's a massive difference between blaming the turn signal, the indicator as we call it here in Australia, and getting that you drive the bus. Because I know somebody out there is going to do the whole, like, Tony Roberts thing, where it's like, yeah, you take a piece of pine. Yeah. You take a piece of pine and you write your limitations on it, and then you bust through that pine. Use a palm smash. We'll show you how. And here's the thing, a 6-year-old can do a palm smash on a 3/4 inch piece of pine wood. No big deal. And some people, I know, they go home and they buy a stack of pine boards and they start writing their limitations on it every day and smashing into the pine board. And some of them end up hurting their hands because they don't know how to do it effectively. See, I'm not talking about doing something silly like that. I'm talking about for once in your life, deliberately get a hammer, get a nail, get some wood, and feel what it's like to actually hit a nail properly, to actually nail something. There's a reason why we call it nailing it. Neville talked about 70 times 7. The eye is though transfixed by a sword. You ever have somebody pull a knife on you? I have, right? I've even pulled a knife on people once or twice, right? Found myself in a bad neighborhood. But anyway, more on that some other time. But the eye is though transfixed by a sword. Ponder that for a second, right? As a policeman, once or twice I had to pull my weapon out. And the eyes, though transfixed by, that's a modern day sword. That's all they see. Right? There's no wondering what's for dinner tomorrow. There's no doubt. I want you to practice nailing. You don't got to do this often, you just have to do it once. Go get a hammer, go get a nail, go get some wood. Notice what it feels like to nail something. Just like when you nail a golf ball. There's a feeling there. A knowingness. You don't even got to see where the ball's going. You know, ooh, I nailed that one versus, oop, I sliced or shanked that one. Next, screwed. I'm so screwed, Mr. 20. I want you to think about the nature of a screw. A screw is a tiny little thing. It gets twisted into something seemingly bigger and gets stuck there. You see, a tiny seeming screw can hold two things together in the most fascinating ways. But as long as you feel screwed in what you want, you know, like I'm screwed, that's how you're going to feel. That's what you're going to get. You see, I'm talking about size here. Whenever you nail something, you're not feeling like the tiny little nail. You're feeling that it's hammer time. Compared to feeling screwed. Yep, I'm the tiny little screwed. I'm so screwed, Mr. 20. You could do that too. You could play with an actual screw and some wood and just feel what it feels. Most people get tired trying to screw a screw into a piece of wood. I find imagining being screwed to be very tiring. People tell me, Mr. 20, I'm trying to revise, but I still feel screwed. That's not called revision. That's called reliving. They're two different things, right? You can passively imagine, relive the past again. Well, he hurt me. I'm imagining an apology. Well, I'm imagining you happy. Are you imagining him happy? If not, right? Time to realize what the one cause is. So here's what I want you to do. If you got gold today, I'm going to give you 3 suggestions. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. That's one of them. $97, 90-day program. Takes about 15 minutes a day. Dream-driven day. Jess is doing it again. She got that much out of it. I love that. We didn't anticipate that early up, like when he made up the course years ago. But there's so many layers to it. Right? $97, 90-day program. Go figure. Go do it. If you're just getting started with us, if you're finding me a fascinating individual, but you're not ready to nail doing ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, or even if you are, EasyManifesting.com. Those 7 little lessons will help you get the basics. They're our gift to you. And you'll get the daily email too, where I'll send you some goodies. But the goodies are almost like asking a doctor a question. If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to doctor school. 90 days, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And finally, for the sharers, sharing is caring. So you want to know why I'm not hypnotized by what I see? I'm not hypnotized. I'm not blinded by what I see because I live from vision. See, that's why my name is what my name is. I discovered the power of vision and haven't looked back. And it's totally different than the power of hope or waiting. They'll do something to help us. I feel so screwed. See, I'm into nailing things. But anyway, sharing is caring. Most MM members, they send us an update once every 7 days. I love it. I write back. I find it fun. We love getting to know you, celebrating in your successes, your shifts, your wins. Sometimes you even say, share it, so we do. Blessing the ripples going forward. And the other side of the sharing coin is this. For those who share the shows, the podcasts, we appreciate that because sharing really is caring. You found us because somebody shared something somewhere. We keep sharing with most people. Well, they're hungry, guys. People are hungry. Be the blessing of you. See ya.